Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because things are about to get weird. Legally speaking, that is. We're taking a cross-country trip today, but not to see the sights. We're looking at the weirdest laws in the United States. Buckle up, you guys, because some of these are truly unbelievable. Let's get started. First up, we're heading down south to Alabama, where apparently common sense isn't so common. Get this, it's illegal to drive a car while blindfolded. I mean, duh! You'd think that one goes without saying, right? But hey, at least they've got their priorities straight. Safety first, Alabama. Next, we're moseying on over to Arizona, where things get a little donkey-ish. Apparently, it's against the law to let your donkey sleep in a bathtub. The story goes that this law came about after a merchant's donkey fell asleep in a town's only bathtub, causing quite the uproar. Who knew donkeys had such expensive taste in sleeping arrangements? Now we're bouncing over to Connecticut, where pickles are serious business. Hold on to your hats, folks, because in Connecticut, a pickle isn't a pickle unless it can bounce. Apparently, some pickle packers were selling subpar pickles back in the day, and this law was their way of ensuring quality control. I guess you could say they really relished the opportunity to regulate pickles. Chapter 4. Georgia's Sunday Surprise. Hold on to your ice cream cones because we're about to scoop up some trouble in Georgia. This state, known for its peaches and southern charm, has a quirky law that might just leave you scratching your head. Imagine strolling through a picturesque Georgian town, enjoying a sunny Sunday afternoon, and suddenly realizing you've committed a crime. Yes, you heard that right. A crime involving none other than your favorite frozen treat. It's illegal to walk around with an ice cream cone in your back pocket on Sundays. This peculiar law dates back to the 19th century and has an interesting backstory. You might wonder, why would anyone put an ice cream cone in their back pocket in the first place? Well, it turns out this odd behavior was more common than you'd think, and it had some unintended consequences. Legend has it that this law was passed to prevent unsuspecting gentlemen from falling victim to a sticky situation. Back in the day, horse thieves would use this trick to lure horses away. They'd place an ice cream cone in their back pocket, and the horse, enticed by the sweet treat, would follow them. This sneaky tactic made it easier for thieves to steal horses without being noticed. The law was enacted to put an end to this clever but mischievous practice. I guess you could say they wanted to nip that problem in the bud. While it might seem amusing today, this law serves as a reminder of a time when horse theft was a serious concern. It's fascinating to see how such unique laws come into existence and how they reflect the challenges and creativity of the past. So next time you're in Georgia, remember to keep your ice cream cones in hand and out of your pockets, especially on Sundays. You wouldn't want to end up on the wrong side of this quirky law. Chapter 5. Indiana's handsy fishing fiasco. Calling all anglers. If you're in Indiana, put those fishing rods to good use because catching a fish with your bare hands is a big no-no. Apparently, the lawmakers of Indiana felt the need to protect our finned friends from any handsy humans. I guess they wanted to keep things fair and, well, not so handsy. Chapter 6. Iowa's one-armed piano predicament. Get ready to tickle the ivories because in Iowa, things get a little musical and a little strange. If you're a one-armed piano player, you have to perform for free. It's unclear why this law exists, but I have a feeling it's got a story to tell. Maybe they just really loved free piano music back in the day? Hold your horses, or should I say ducklings, because Kentucky is about to ruffle some feathers. It's illegal to dye a duckling blue and offer it for sale unless you have more than 6 for sale at once. Why blue? Why 6? These are questions that haunt me to this day. Maybe they were trying to prevent a blue duckling monopoly? Chapter 8. Louisiana's Pizza Puzzle. Attention all pizza lovers. If you're in Louisiana, you might want to call ahead before sending a surprise pizza delivery. That's right. Surprising someone with a delicious pie is actually against the law. Maybe they were concerned about unwanted pizza parties? The world may never know. Chapter 9. Minnesota's Duck Dilemma. Quack, quack, quack. We're waddling our way to Minnesota where things get a little foul. Apparently, you can't cross state lines with a duck on your head. I mean, can you imagine the chaos at the Border Patrol? It would be utter pandemonium. Or should I say, pandaduckium. Chapter 10. New York's Slipper Situation. Last but not least, we're strutting our stuff to the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps, where the streets are always bustling with energy and excitement. New York City is known for its towering skyscrapers, iconic landmarks, and a fashion scene that rivals the best in the world. But did you know that amidst all the glitz and glamour, there's a peculiar law that might just leave you scratching your head? Yes, in the city where fashion choices can make or break your social standing, there's a rule that could land you in hot water. Or should I say, slippers. Imagine this. You're winding down after a long day, slipping into something more comfortable, only to realize that your cozy slippers might be breaking the law. That's right, folks. In New York, it's illegal to wear slippers after 10 p.m. This quirky regulation has been around for quite some time, and while it might sound absurd, there's actually a bit of history behind it. The law was supposedly put in place to prevent people from disturbing their neighbors with the sound of slippers slapping against the pavement late at night. Perhaps the city officials were trying to encourage a more sophisticated late-night scene, where people would dress up and head out in style, rather than shuffling around in their house shoes. Or maybe, just maybe, they really did have a strong aversion to the sound of slippers. After all, in a city as densely populated as New York, even the smallest noises can become a major nuisance. So, the next time you're in the Big Apple and the clock strikes 10, you might want to think twice before slipping into those comfy slippers. Whether you're a local or just visiting, it's always good to be aware of the quirky laws that make each city unique. And who knows, maybe this little tidbit will come in handy during your next trivia night. So keep your fashion game strong, and remember, in New York City, slippers are a no-go after 10 p.m. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of America's weirdest laws. From the bizarre to the downright hilarious, we've explored some of the most peculiar regulations that have ever been put into place. Who knew that in Alabama it's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church, or that in Arizona, donkeys are not allowed to sleep in bathtubs? These laws might seem absurd, but they all have fascinating stories behind them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more wacky adventures. We delve into the quirkiest corners of history, uncovering the oddities that make our world so wonderfully unique. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our latest explorations and discoveries. Plus, it helps us bring you even more content that's both entertaining and educational. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and join our community of curious minds. And be sure to let me know in the comments what the weirdest law you know is. Have you ever come across a regulation that made you do a double take? Maybe there's a local ordinance in your town that's just as strange as the ones we've discussed. Sharing these oddities not only gives us a good laugh, but also helps us understand the diverse and sometimes eccentric ways in which societies operate. Your comments are a treasure trove of information and amusement, so don't be shy. Share your stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay legal, and most importantly, stay out of trouble, especially if you're wearing slippers after 10 p.m. in New York City. It's these quirky laws that remind us how varied and colorful human culture can be. Whether it's a law that makes us chuckle or one that leaves us scratching our heads, they all contribute to the rich tapestry of our legal landscape. So, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep finding joy in the unexpected. See you in the next episode.